The reality is we can attend church on a regular basis and still try and negotiate our obedience to Christ. We can handle holy things while harboring unholy motives in our hearts. We can stand in the praise team and sing songs. We can lead Sunday school. We can lead the men's ministry. We can say that we are a follower of Christ. We can appear committed while in our hearts completely far away. In Matthew 15:8 says, "These people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me." And what we see from this passage is the heart of a man that is so far away from Christ. So far away from Christ. And in 2 Corinthians 13:5, Paul tells us to examine ourselves whether we be in the faith or whether we're not. To examine yourselves. You see, to the naked eye, Judas was an apostle. To the naked eye, he was a disciple. To the naked eye, he walked 3.5 years with Christ. He saw the miracles. He heard the teaching. He saw every part of Christ. He saw the goodness. He saw the grace. He saw the mercy. He said all the right things. He was in charge over the money. For 3.5 years, Judas Iscariot, from the very outside, was just one of the men. A follower of Christ. You see, true discipleship, can I say this morning, church, values Christ above all. You see, true discipleship for Judas valued Christ with 30 pieces of silver. You see, what this reminds us, that closeness to spiritual activity does not equal closeness to Christ. What you call Jesus reveals who you believe he is. If you look down in verses 21 to 22, as Jesus announces to his disciples as they sit around this table, as the wine and bread cover the top of the table, Jesus announces to one of his disciples, "One will betray me." Verse 25, it says, the disciple said, "Surely not I, Lord." But I want you to notice something very important to the way Judas responds. He responds differently. And you see that in verse 25. Judas says these words, "Surely you don't mean me, Rabbi." And can I say the distinction is theologically loaded? You see, a rabbi means teacher. Rabbi means being respected. A rabbi means being honored within your community. But being a rabbi means limited. They can only do so much. The word Lord denotes authority. The word Lord means ownership. The word Lord means submission. The word Lord means surrender. See, as a rabbi, Judas acknowledges Jesus' intellect, but not his sovereignty. See, that's the difference. Rabbi or Lord. And here is a question for each one of us. Is Jesus your Lord? Or is Jesus your Rabbi? There is a big difference. You see, Jesus himself defined the weight of calling him Lord. Luke chapter 6 and verses 46. "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I say?" Obedience is the key. If Jesus is your Lord, obedience is the key. James 2:19 says James warns against a faith that remains intellectual but not obedient. It says even the demons believe. And what do the demons do? They shudder with fear. We have many people today within society say, "Oh, I believe in Jesus." But the reality is they might believe in Jesus, but they don't believe that he can be the Lord over their lives. He's just a rabbi. He's just a teacher. As someone to be honored. You see, Judas calling Jesus Rabbi means that Jesus is manageable. You see, when Jesus speaks, well, if Jesus is just a rabbi, I can take his word or I can leave his word. Don't really have to do what he says. You can just take it or leave it. He's just a rabbi. He's just there for instruction. If it doesn't fit into my agenda, well, that's okay. It won't fit into my agenda. Calling Jesus Lord means giving him full control.